Currently what's happening is we are working in a space of the nastiest culture in history, which is the Middle East. I was out mowing the lawn. What we want to know, what you want to know about working in around Middle Easterns is they're all a bunch of liars. And they use money to move ideas, which is a Democrat. And they brainwash people into submission by a hierarchy system of bad behavior while they bully you, which is basically what The View does. And they're learning this tactic through Obama, who's Middle Eastern. And who we're specifically speaking to currently in this moment is to Sid, the nastiest, most unattractive pervert that is behind the Gary Vaynerchuk content. So his whole platform is all Middle East. Literally all of it is all trash, garbage, filth, nonsense, and nasty of promoting the worst people. And you, for some reason, you as Americans aren't willing to recognize that he's selling out your businesses to a Persian. You literally still go in the comment section and you praise him. You tell him how wonderful he is and how he's helping you. And then you put your 2 cents in about the topic that he's trying to create possibility around. It's unbelievable how pathetic you all are. You have no self-awareness. You have no care for your family. You literally are looking for your jump off to be recognized by a man who literally is working with the Middle East. He literally has shown you video of himself in Qatar and video of himself in Saudi Arabia parading a woman around the entire globe who is Persian. He wears the garb of being in Persia. While he disrespects you as a community, and then he says, have empathy. And that's how Sid operates his platform. So you get upset and angry, and it's rightfully so, by the way. And then they ignore you, and then they make a post about having empathy and compassion, but you're a criminal. So Gary Vee, you're behind and you're responsible for all the content that's being put out, are you not? You say it in your videos. So then you're responsible for the way that you're Middle Eastern, you're Egyptian. He's giving opportunity to Egyptians, opportunity to Middle Easterns, and promoting Persians in Toronto. While they deliver on nothing more but parading around how he's on a yacht, how he's on a jet, where he erotically holds a Persian woman and makes everyone puke. It's horrific. It's nasty. It's the way the Middle East operate. They are nothing more than criminals and crooks with a weird plastic surgery face and an essence about them that is so anti-American, but you think they're so friendly. You do know that that's the scam, right? Reminding you, on 9/11, men walked up to the terminal, smiled to the ticket counter, had weapons on them that they had hidden up their assholes. And then they walked onto the plane and looked at people in the eye that they knew that they were about to kill. They smiled. They looked around. They looked at everyone. Excuse me, can I have a blanket? Excuse me, can I have a pillow? Yes, I'll have a Pepsi. A Coca-Cola. No ice, please, because in the Middle East, we don't like ice in our drinks. And then all of a sudden, as everyone's relaxed on the airplane, they got up and they terrorized Americans, and now Gary Vee's engaged to a Persian who's standing behind Hamas. That's some crazy ass shit that you as Americans are going to allow Kamala Harris to have conversations with Hamas, to get our citizens murdered in front of your faces while the mother's responsible doesn't want to take accountability for it. You do know the fact that you stood on a pedestal screaming on a microphone, that you put your fellow Americans, one of which was your son, at risk to the point where you annoyed people so badly that they offed your child and then you didn't take responsibility for it. We all know that you were at the DNC. We all know that you're living in possibility of your son is dead, lady. You killed him. It's not be the bigger person. None of that shit makes any sense in an unstable world. That's the narcissism showing itself. You don't just be the bigger person in situations like this. You don't just let women like Mona Van win, grease them. That's what they want to do, is turn a blind eye. But he's already a verified account, so why should he bother? His career, what career would be at risk? Because people who have the verified check mark didn't get there through authentic effort of education. They got there off of a gimmick because you as Americans are fucking dumb as shit. To fall for Kamala Harris, an Indian, Jamaican, Canadian. To disrupt our lives on an everyday basis with a room full of psychopaths. Sociopaths is what you actually are, because you don't have any compassion for the other side. But then you call the other side the problem because they want law and order and they want to put you in prison. But you're the criminal. You are 22 years old and you don't make six figures when you're 22 years old. It's very clear on how these Palestinians were raised by looking at Bella Hadid and the sister that no one seems to remember your name. But you're extremely disrespectful to the skin color of another woman because a Palestinian is racist. A Palestinian's racist. A Middle Eastern like Mona Van is racist. How come there were no white people? Now, how come there were no black people at the Eat Clean party? Why were you showing off your nails of telling us about clean nails? Does that make any sense? We in America don't have clean nails. We have dirt under our nails because we work hard. So then she again shows the gaslight and then tries to blame me to make me wrong, to show us that she doesn't do shit for a living. Yet she's going to be the one that everyone's getting educated by. You don't believe in God, Mona Van. You believe in yourself as a God, and that's called the devil. So your fake fantasy world of no reality is nasty, because I don't want to be besties with a nasty girl like you, and I surely will not allow you to learn from me either. So all your pretend uplift of dancing around at the white party is showing you how crazy you actually are. Unprofessional, crazy as shit. You're old, and you're still trying to act like you're 22 years old. Although you look like you're 55 years old. Think about the mentality that it takes for somebody to show up in the way that she shows up, and then to act like nothing's happening while she literally is purposely abusing her fans and followers and anyone that tries to stop her, to tell her that that's not right. Imagine the mentality that it would take for someone to abuse an American while she's shitting on American soil, and take a look at the mentality of you as an audience. Of you as an audience. What kind of mental strangulation are you trying to do to Americans so that Kamala Harris, an Indian, and the influencer platform can live off democracy, which is nothing more than blood-sucking and exposing who these people actually are, which is the elite of the troubles and the concerns that we've had for centuries, while you tried to blame the people that just tried to help you get a job. That's for you, Mona Van. Get a fucking job.